Warning: this episode of the Unreviewed podcast may contain strong and offensive language to young children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Under Review podcast, where Saturdays mean everything, rivalries run deep, and the SEC reigns supreme. Hosted by Todd and Marty, two die-hard fans breaking down every snap, storyline, and showdown across the Southeastern Conference. From the swamp to the plains, between the hedges to the bayou, no team is safe when it's under review. Now back to the action with Todd and Marty.
Welcome to episode 78. Todd and Marty is here, but we're also bringing in Brandon Trammell once again to help us run down this week. So episode 78, guys, how we feeling?
We heard.
Still hear the chickens.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I can hear them too.
It just keeps getting better.
What the hell does that hat say?
Something about Alabama or Armada.
No, it says Installerama.
Installerama. I want that hat now.
Let's be real.
I actually went to go buy a replacement for that one because it's getting faded. They don't have that style in the store at the stadium anymore.
So, what do we think about this past week?
What a shit show!
I mean,
I don't have I can't explain any other way. That was a. Whew.
I know we'll talk about it later on in the episode, but how about, Auburn lost to Oklahoma off some bad calls. As an Auburn fan, you're thinking, oh, okay, that's a one-time thing. It shouldn't happen again this year. And apparently
in that game, they were still underperforming.
But I think it all started with the touchdown. That wasn't a touchdown, but it was a fumble.
I think that was a big momentum change in that ball game. So where it was like, piss on it, what do we do now? Instead of just keep fighting on, it was, I think it...
Lay down and give up.
Right. I think it really took the wind out of our sail.
Yeah, they didn't score the rest of the game, so...
They didn't get another first down the rest of the game, did they?
They got one. They got one in the
okay.
second half.
Yeah, that was...
But
I looked at it too. If you had those 7 points counted, assuming that they kicked the field goal because they don't have Alabama's kicker or the extra point, and you take away Georgia's field goal they got from that,
right.
You're looking at 17-17 ball game. Even if Auburn plays the exact same way they did throughout the second half.
Yeah.
What do you do?
And Georgia had to play out of their minds to get there. So, but anywho.
Like I said, we'll talk about that more later on in the show, but let's go with some. I think we've got some big news popping up here. Yep, James Franklin is fired from the University of Penn State. I know it's not SEC, but it's still a big, quote-unquote, big head coach inside the league who's now a free agent. So, could he come back to the SEC?
From being coaching the number 2 ranked team in the nation to fired in 3 games? That is wild.
But the best thing is, he still got $49 million to get fired on his off day.
In the words of Coach O, which door do you want me to leave out of?
I mean, does he come back to the SEC, or does he take a lower end job at something like a Marshall or somewhere around there?
Again, like Brandon said, I'd be like Coach O, just take a couple years off, go to the beach.
He's going to take 2 years off. He'll be an analyst for a year, and then he'll be at USF or somewhere.
Jacksonville State.
No, don't push it.
No thanks.
But we're going to get into the top 25. Any shake? I think Indiana had a big jump here as they kind of flip-flopped with Oregon. So Ohio State 1, Miami 2, Indiana 3, A&M 4, Ole Miss 5. Any shockers there?
Not particularly, but after some of the games this week, I don't get it twisted. I know Missouri still got beat, and I'm not going to be on that train. But they did look a little bit better than I thought they should have been.
I think they looked pretty good that game.
Yeah.
I think they played their best football.
Yeah,
that was Missouri's. That was their first game against a team that was actually
Right.
better than they were supposed to be, and they performed well. They didn't perform good enough.
Right. But this is Alabama who finds, like the Georgia team, they find ways to win. All of a sudden, to Florida State.
I don't think we paid the refs though to do it this game.
Georgia did. Alabama at 6.
I don't think they paid them. Those were all graduates. Had to be like, holy shit.
That's Booster Club money.
Texas Tech at 7. Oregon at 8 after losing to Indiana. 9 is that red and black team. LSU at 10. Tennessee 11. Georgia Tech 12. Notre Dame cracking the top 15 at 13. Oklahoma falls. Yeah, exactly. And that's the same thing right here as we get later on, particularly about that 21 team in the nation. How is Notre Dame still here?
Okay. Texas sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
The only reason they won yesterday is a 50% John Mateer came in and threw 3 interceptions.
No, I agree with that. I think he did rush his recovery right here.
I think if both of those coaches would have sat down and actually thought instead of playing into the media and started the quarterback they should have, we'd have had a good ball game.
Yeah. Hawkins Jr. versus Caldwell?
Absolutely.
I thought that would have been a great ball game. But, Art still didn't do bad. Was he 27 for 27, 136?
166 yards and 1 touchdown. He sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it still was enough, but I think Texas's defense was better.
Oh, their
than
defense
Texas's
is great.
offense that kept them in this game.
Yeah, that was the only reason.
They scored more points anyways.
Yeah. Oklahoma at 14. BYU, the Mormons at 15. Missouri at 16. Vanderbilt 17. Virginia 18. USF top 20 at 19. And then USC at 20. Texas at 21, unfortunately. Memphis at 22. Utah Utes at 23. Cincinnati Bearcats cracked the top 25 at 24. And Matt Rule's Dylan Raiola, Nebraska Cornhuskers are 25 for the first time this year, I think.
I take back what I said about James Franklin going to USF. That would be a downgrade. Also,
UCF maybe.
I would like to point out that there is a undefeated team in D1 college football that is not ranked.
Navy.
Yes.
Let's check to see if they received any votes today. Because I'm pretty sure, I think they received votes last week.
They did. They got like 36 votes this week or something. 43. I don't remember what it was.
So they're probably sitting right there at 26.
No, like 30th.
Yeah, 30. They only received 11 votes.
They had more votes than that last week.
Yeah. Well, I think Vandy needs to be in here. I think they're better than a so-called Nebraska team who's wishy-washy. But we'll get – I don't think Nebraska will be playing on any interstate games of the week this year. Let's throw it around the state real quick. All right. We all know the teams by now. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Troy, Sanford, USA, Jack State, UWA, North Alabama, and UAB. We had a couple buys. Sanford, much needed for Sanford and South Alabama.
What, they got one win between the two of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then West Alabama has more wins.
The difference is Sanford gets blown out and South just loses by a touchdown every game. So,
yeah. Like I said,
frustrating.
Jacksonville State wins by a walk-off field goal, 27-29 or 29-27. Mississippi Valley State does not hold any chance against Alabama A&M, 45-25. Central Arkansas, Mississippi Valley State.
They sound like community college.
Hey, they're the Delta Devils, and their logo is pretty cool.
Yeah, they do got a pretty cool logo.
Oh, that's right. They did have the cool logo.
Yeah, a little like street football.
Like the old half-court logo we used to have way back when.
Yeah. Central Arkansas 49 over North Alabama 21. UAB absolutely dismantled by FAU 53-33. Jackson State in a close one versus Alabama State 38-34. And then Troy in overtime 48-41 over Texas State. That was actually a good game. I didn't catch it because it was that late night game, so
out of all the games here, I really like the Jacksonville State game. I liked it because we won, but I hated it because 0-4, 0-5 Sam Houston really put it on top of Jack State till the last few seconds. Dear heaven, Christ and birds.
My tinnitus is about to go insane.
That works. Scrambled eggs.
I think Trick Dilfer's about to be on his way out. I think about one more game, maybe. Especially if you get blown out by FAU. And so
I looked at that score one time, and it was awful.
I think when I looked, it was like 28-0 at one point. But Samford's still 0-6. Like I said, them and South Alabama are off this week is 1-4. Jacksonville State 3-3. Alabama State 4-2. West Alabama jumps back in the games next week at 5-0. North Alabama 1-5. UAB 2-4. Alabama A&M 4-3, and then Troy at 3-2. Again, nothing shocking here to me. I think.
Oh, I will be at the South game Tuesday night against Arkansas State.
Oh, Arkansas State. That's a good one.
Yeah, big players. Hey, would you rather play Arkansas or Arkansas State right now?
Arkansas.
My point proven.
We're going to step aside and take a word from our sponsor and jump into some of these SEC matchups.
Hey, babe, we got ants.
Okay, kill them.
No, really, there's a lot of freaking ants.
Well, what do you want me to do? I ain't no expert.
Well, fine then. I'll call Tactical Home and Pest.
Go ahead and call Benjamin.
Hey there, this is Ben with Tactical Home and Pest, proud sponsor of Todd and Marty and their Under Review podcast. And can I just say that if the bugs I deal with had referees, I'd be called for targeting. Tactical Home and Pest, 256-592-2842, or visit me at tacticalhomeandpest.com.
Again, still probably one of the best commercials that I have ever heard.
You should put some chickens clucking in the background.
Make it even better, wouldn't it?
I think we know where we can get that from.
My backyard.
We can get a soundbite.
So inside the SEC, the bye weeks we had Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. Any of these teams really need one?
Kentucky.
Vandy. I think Vandy does.
I think Vandy really needed one, especially after
Just to get some guys healed back up 100%.
Well, I mean, that could go as well, same for Mississippi State as well.
So, did we ever hear anything else on Fluff?
Timeline, anything?
No, I haven't heard anything else since Tuesday.
And what was actually a close one? Washington State goes to the Grove and gives Ole Miss a scare, 24-21. Ole Miss takes the lead, takes the win. This game was really close, and therefore Washington State was winning this game.
They led most of this game.
Yeah, I don't think Ole Miss scored till right there with under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Or something right there close, and not Simmons, but the other kid.
Chambliss.
Yes, Chambliss threw a little dot. And
That he did. But Kawan Lacey, 24 carries, 142 yards this game.
Workhorse.
Yeah, but I mean, it is Washington State, though. But again, it is 142 yards.
The ghost of Mike Leach.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I just expected more out of that team. I don't know.
The Ole Miss team?
Yeah.
Again, another close one. Arkansas goes to Tennessee, 34-31, as Tennessee pulls through. This Arkansas team ain't the same as they was a couple weeks ago.
No, I thought this could have been a sleeper game, too, that we talked about. But, I mean, I flipped over, they were winning, and they weren't winning, and this has probably been a good one to sit down and watch.
Yeah, like I said, I hope they both lose.
Taylor Green, 256, 2 touchdowns. Mike Washington Jr., though, 19 carries, 131 yards and a touchdown. And then flip it over to Tennessee side. Aguilar only had 221 and 1 touchdown. But Deshaun Bishop had 14 carries, 146 yards, and a touchdown. So what is all up with these SEC running backs having 100-plus yard games? Granted, both Arkansas and Tennessee's defenses suck.
Do you think that's a little bit of Tennessee laying up against Arkansas to play Alabama next week?
I mean, Tennessee, if they did, Tennessee's still going to get beat by 30 next week if they overestimated Arkansas.
Oh, if they play like that against Alabama, they're going to get blown out. But
right.
I think we all know Tennessee's better than what they just played.
I mean, they gave Georgia a run for the mill, but I mean,
exactly.
But is Georgia that good though? At the same time, yes, they beat Auburn, but
Woo.
No, the refs get Auburn with the Georgia hat. So let's just go and do that.
And what was not a close one, Texas A&M handles Florida 34-17. So much for a trap game here.
Yeah, I thought Florida was going to play better, just because what happened with Texas and a few other things were going their way, and just never happened.
Suck again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we think this is? You remember about this point last season where Florida started picking it up and catching a few of them games to keep Napier's job. Is this year? Is it downhill now?
I think Florida's just dangerous enough to be competitive.
You say that, but, looking ahead to their schedule, it's, Mississippi State, Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State for Florida.
You say that, but look at any of the SEC team schedule. It is ridiculous right now.
Theirs is the worst. They've got through their rough patch. Yeah, they still got a couple of ranked teams. They got to get through a banged-up Mississippi State. A Georgia team, which is the world's largest cocktail party in Jacksonville. Then Kentucky, who they should beat. An Ole Miss team who's top 5 in the country. An LSU team, a Tennessee team who's top 15. And then a Florida State team who's wishy-washy right now. So can they still make a bowl? They got to win 4 of those games left on their schedule. Only can lose 2.
No.
I think that's going to be the biggest question mark if Napier stays. If they can get into a bowl game, they'll be all right. Depending on how that Florida State game goes, because it's a big rival in the Georgia game. I think if they lose the Georgia game and the Florida State game, but they win the others, still make the ball. I still think they'll fire him though.
Yeah, but Florida, I don't think is okay with just settling for making a bowl game.
They're not, but I mean, when you're in a program that's been down for a minute, you know what I mean?
But with the NIL money and the ability to go from one season to the next with the amount of talent that you're able to pull in now, that's not acceptable.
No, I agree.
Not in this stage of football.
All right, and still some of the talent that Florida has. I mean,
they're star-studded.
Right.
But
where's the disconnect from that, from practice to getting on the field? Why it's 2 different things. And in week to week, like with Texas.
Whoever's got the offensive play calling headset, that's exactly where it's at.
Yeah. I was about to say the same thing. Because DJ Lagway, he can do it.
Yeah.
It's just he's getting led. I think me and Brandon had this conversation a couple weeks ago. He's just getting led in the wrong direction. And it starts with the coaching. I don't think Billy Napier is the right coach for a DJ Lagway time.
Nope. Prison Billy needs to go.
I think for what he had in Graham Mertz was what he needed. And Graham Mertz, unfortunately, he got hurt.
Yeah, he almost squandered that away, though.
Yeah, that is true.
He has consistently downplayed his quarterbacks from the talent they've had.
Hey, it sounds like another head coach on that. DJ Lagway went 21 for 37 in this game, 245, 6 touchdowns. So, I mean, he played good. Only 74 rushing yards for this Florida team. 65 of those came from Jaden Baugh. Vernon Brown had 6 catches for 77 yards. Aaron Childs, 9 tackles, 4 solos. Flipping over to A&M. Marcel Reed, 16 for 26, 234, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Ruben Owens, 51 yards, and Le'Veon Moss, 46 yards. But as a team, 183 rushing yards.
Yeah, so that's what I've said nothing but negative about every team we've talked about. Texas A&M's running back stable showed up, spread the ball out, and just ran the damn ball.
Yeah.
I don't know who this E.J. Smith kid is. Is that the 4th-string running back? All right. Their 4th-string running back got into that. So when you have 4 guys rushing the ball over 25 yards a game, that's already 100 yards right there. Mario Carver, 2 receptions for 77 yards. Casey Concepcion, 4 receptions for 46 yards.
All right.
And then,
to me, I think he's one of the most underrated players for Texas A&M. I mean,
Concepcion or Mario Carver?
Concepcion. I mean, granted, he balled out against Auburn, but I don't think he's getting enough praise for what he's doing for this A&M team.
Yeah, the sucker's fast, too. All right, we're going to step aside. We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty in those top 5 games of the week. But we're going to take a word from Chuck's Heating and Air real quick.
This episode of the Under Review podcast is brought to you by Chuck's Heating and Air. Chuck has over 40 years of service and experience with residential services. He services most makes and models. He is Alabama licensed, bonded, and insured, and locally owned and operated. Are you hot and you're supposed to be cool? Are you cool and you're supposed to be hot? Then you've got a problem. Call Chuck. Area code 256-892-2757. Again, 256-892-2757. Chuck's Heating and Air.
Thank you again for Chuck's Heating and Air, 256-892-2757. Just call Chuck for all your heating and air needs. All right, let's get into our 5 SEC podcast games of the week. And we're going to start out with Alabama, as Alabama just takes the candy away from Bo Perbula and a late interception with 37 seconds to go, I want to say, as the Missouri Tigers were driving. But comes out with a pick. Alabama seals it 27-24 at Memorial Stadium.
This was a really good matchup. This is pretty much a heavyweight fight, and Alabama got the last big punch in with the interception. I thought, especially that first drive that they had, it was magnificent. Magnificent.
Hey, that's how it's spelled. I ain't mad at you.
Right. So no, and I told Brittany, I said, "Hold, man, this is going to be a really good ball game." And then they kind of let them stuck around, and momentum changed back and forth. And even until that interception, that drive looked very promising. They had a chance to take down Alabama.
Yeah, no, they really did. It's just 37 seconds to go. Bo Perbula misses a wide open. Marquise Johnson. No, this is what I'm talking about. Marquise Johnson was on the sideline, running up the sideline. He threw it to the seam and missed him.
Okay.
But Marquise Johnson was wide open on the sideline. Had enough for a first down, would have set the chains. You could even tell if you go back and watch the last 35, 37 seconds or whatever when this happened. He was still, after he done threw the interception, he was still jumping up and down, waving his hands, and he's pretty mad. But, I mean, I wouldn't be too, But, quarterbacks sometimes get tunnel vision in just situations like that.
It's I was hot the first drive of the game. I think y'all both know this from group chat.
They ran through it like butter.
Man, it looked like they were playing East Coastal Southern Alabama Community College going down the field. They were just doing what they wanted. But
Sanford?
Yeah. But after that came back, Alabama came back and Ty Simpson looked poised. I mean, he did his job.
Yeah.
But that was the thing. They came out and they did their job. They used almost the same, to me, from what it looked like, playbook as they used against Vanderbilt was, control the clock, run it out, and make them make plays. And at the end of the day, just like Vanderbilt, Missouri couldn't make enough plays.
Yeah, Ty Simpson went 23 for 31, 200 yards this game with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jam Miller, who was out for a concussion that fourth quarter, 20 carries, 85 yards. Who was the other guy that got smacked around?
Riley? Oh, you're talking about the receiver that got that?
So
the receiver that got hit?
Meadows.
Yeah.
Meadows.
Yes,
Meadows.
Meadows.
TKO?
Yeah. Oh, buddy, that looked ugly.
I don't know whose was worse. Was it Meadows or was it Jam Miller's? Because when Miller hit,
Meadows. By far,
Miller
Meadows like got hit by Brian Dawkins midair. It was awful.
Yeah, he did. Daniel Hill had a really decent rushing game. Him and Kevin Riley both had 6 carries for 16 yards. But again, here's my thing. Jam Miller, I get his concussion, maybe 1-2 weeks, maybe depending. If he goes out, does Alabama keep a run game against Tennessee next week? Or, it's a question.
You're going to have to.
So the only reason I say yes to this question is because they have let Ty Simpson make the decision to roll out of the pocket and run with it,
Right.
which opens up a lot of things to be able to do instead of making him one-dimensional. He's a lot more athletic than I even thought he was. And on top of that, what's the other kid running back? Riley. He's been a standout. Like,
I was about to say, I think he's really overperformed.
He came out of left. Yeah, he came out of left field. Like, nobody even knew this kid's name before the season started. And,
well, I mean, there's a couple of people. He's a true freshman, ain't he?
Yeah. But nobody expected him to have contributing playing time this season.
Right.
And look at what he's done.
Yeah.
Caden Proctor with another 2-yard carry.
Tennessee coming next week. I mean, I don't think it's, like I said, if Jam's going to be out, I think you've got a really solid backup in Riley.
Absolutely.
And then if not, just give Proctor the ball and
man,
everybody
yelling.
wants to
I
see
was
him
on my
score.
feet yelling.
Raise your hand if you want him to score. I mean, that's what I said. I said, I'm not an Alabama fan, but anytime the big guy gets
I got
the
an
ball,
8-month-old with their hand raised in another room right now.
I mean, that's just, to me, that's one of the coolest plays in that they give it to him
6'7", 366 pounds, and the man jumped 3
people.
foot off the ground.
Did you see him come up out of
How do you not get hyped about that? It was amazing. I loved
That's
it.
what I
And each time he's ran the ball, he's probably been about that far from the end zone each time. So,
But hey, up until yesterday, he was Alabama's number 3 rusher if you consider average rushing yards per rush.
Oh, wow.
that's pretty cool, though.
I'm just saying,
Like I
I
said-
put that on my resume.
I think the big game by Brooks here, 4 receptions, 58 yards, really helped Alabama, kind of led that last drive. His third, 4th down where he caught that big pass was 4th down.
That 26 yard, no, 26
Put it right in
yard.
the basket, Simpson.
Right.
Did. That's a good pass. But here is the crazy part.
I already got it. This number right here.
Yeah, 0 receptions for Ryan Williams. I don't even know if he got looked at, but
He did once in the second quarter. But
What makes that even crazier is after Meadows went down, Alabama only had 6 dress receivers on the sideline.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
So what was Bernard's numbers then?
Jeremy Bernard's 3 receptions for 20 yards.
Okay, I knew he wasn't targeted a whole lot as some of these other guys that were, but again,
Cuevas was targeted twice for 28.
yeah, that to me that would be Alabama 3's top was Cuevas, Bernard, and Williams. And Williams maybe had 1 target or 0 receptions.
Parker Brailsford caught more passes than Ryan Williams this week.
Right.
I mean,
Does
he's
anybody
on a
remember-
piece of candy, but
Does anybody remember me saying that if Alabama integrates the tight ends, they'll win?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was big for Alabama.
Yeah.
If Alabama opens up that middle of the field, they're going to keep winning ball games.
That is true. LT Overton on the defense, 6 tackles, 2 solos, 1.5 sacks, and 1.5 tackle for losses. Let's flip it over to Missouri. Bo Perbula, 16 for 28, 167, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also led in yardage, 61 yards on 11 carries and 1 touchdown. Ahmad Hardy got stuffed, 52 yards on 12 carries, which, I mean, that's kind of – I expected a little bit more.
For the nation's leading rusher, I would have thought so as well.
I mean, Ahmad Hardy is definitely that guy. This Alabama defense knew what to stop this Missouri offense, and it was Ahmad Hardy.
Yeah. And Alabama.
Crazy what happens when you stop playing zone and spy the quarterback, huh?
All right. Let's check on their defense. Josiah Trotter, 8 tackles, 3 solos. That's about it. Alabama held strong. They did what they had to do. Connor Talty still missed another field goal this week.
God, he sucks.
He's due for one.
Yeah, a blind squirrel finds it every once in a while, Todd.
That is true. But do you remember the old Cade Foster days?
Yes, I do. All I'm saying is if you see a story about the kid committing the Clintoning issue, you know what I'm talking about here, I would definitely go check to make sure that it was him that kicked the chair out from under himself. You see what I'm saying? I would do an investigation.
I like this picture.
That needed the baby.
Yeah. I like this picture that was sent in our group chat. Georgia goes to Jordan Hare and takes down Auburn 20-10. Auburn does not score after halftime. But, I think, Brandon, you sent this picture, actually.
Yes, I did. And what do you do, man? Like,
it's perfect.
Just damn. It's like I told you on the group chat. I thought we were going to get to see Hugh Freeze's head explode on live television last night.
I said that, and I was like, it can happen.
I have watched Nick Saban get fired up on the sideline for I don't know how many seasons. But Hugh Freeze last night, I thought he was going to lose it.
And I don't know about Todd, but Brandon, he had a full Chad Martin moment.
Yeah, that's exactly where my mind went. I used the same reference. I didn't know that everybody would understand the Chad Martin moment, but yes.
Yeah, that was exactly what was fixing to happen. But within reason.
Definitely.
Oh, it wasn't unwarranted by any stretch of the imagination.
No. I mean, because Brittany didn't, I guess, per se, understand the full root of it. As soon as the tip touches the thing, the play was dead, touchdown, whatever.
That's what she said.
Yeah, as soon as he kept on, we explained it to her, but I was in so much shock that it was taking so long. I said, well, if it's taking this long, they're going to overturn it. Auburn's going to score.
My opinion on that was what should have actually happened. It should have been called a touchdown, and you should have had to use the review to overturn it, if that's what they wanted to make the call.
Right. Well,
it's what should have happened.
It got brought up on the broadcast. If it wasn't a touchdown, then it was a fumble. Why was Georgia not given the touchdown? Because there was no whistle blown.
Never. Not once.
So, and I'm not saying this to advocate for that play for Georgia, but that should have been a touchdown for Georgia.
No, it was a...
Please think of the word, Sensei.
Yeah, I know. Georgia screwed the pooch here. Or the refs did for them. Where'd Todd go? Oh, no, we suck again.
We're still alive, so. But no, and I'm just, for the first whole half, besides that minute or that 2 minutes in that second quarter, that is the best ball Auburn has played all year.
Oh, by far, until a minute and 43 seconds to go.
Is that what it was?
In the first, I know it was minute 47, I believe. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you don't put an asterisk beside Georgia's record for the rest of the season for this, and
same thing with Oklahoma.
Still move them up in the rankings. Georgia didn't win this game. Auburn and the referees lost it for them. Now, Auburn didn't help themselves by, getting down and saying, you know what, we can't win because we can't beat the refs and Georgia. But at the same time...
you can. Let's be real.
Well, that's not even Freeze said at the end of the Oklahoma game. Yes, there were some terrible calls, but we also had opportunities to win that ball game.
Right.
And I don't say this too much because it killed Auburn's momentum. And
absolutely. It took the wind out of their sails, and they were just deflated, and there was nothing there.
So here's one right here. Brian Goodman says, Kirby, what's your thoughts on Kirby saying he was clapping?
He's already changed that shit to saying that the Auburn defense was clapping. So keep lying to some damn body else.
Look,
I watched it happen live.
This is clapping. This is timeout. You can go back and even see it and go back to previous games where he's had to call timeout. He is doing this and screaming timeout. Jesus.
Running down the side of the field. Yeah. It's clear as day.
Why else would you be running towards the referee, clapping at them?
Good job.
Because he was trying to tell them the Auburn defense was clapping to call a penalty on them. That's what it was.
Okay, well, that makes a little more sense. I can understand that, but in the same time,
I could understand it if he wasn't doing this.
Exactly. And then talks to the ref, and the ref says, "Oh, my bad. Let me put it back in my pocket.
Let me just give you a free timeout.
No delay game. No nothing."
No delay game, no taking away the timeout, which, they still ended up with one after the end of the game because I guess he's like, haha, I really don't need it. But, and then reset the game clock all the way.
Yeah, they gave him another, 12 seconds?
And then they converted on the first down.
It was 7 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I got sick after my stomach after that one. I was already
like, there's no way. You're beating, like you said, you're beating the refs. You're already getting beat on the field at this point. It's 13-10. All your momentum is gone. And then you got to beat a blind back carrying a bulldog around. You're not there.
It got to the point that I thought Auburn was doing well enough that instead of watching the 4-game split screen like I usually do, I just went off of it and went to go watch LSU. And I flipped back over and I was like, what in the hell is going on right now? Like, they went from dominating the game, holding Georgia to 20 yards, to being so deflated they gave up and didn't. What you said, 1 first down, I believe it was,
in
the whole second half. I mean,
and
that kind of falls on Hugh Freeze to keep your team in a mindset where, hey, you know what, we're facing adversity, we need to push harder instead of screw it, we can't win anyways. That's not. You can't do that.
The thing is, the first 2 drives that Auburn had, that was most third downs that they had the whole game against Oklahoma. Some of the best ball that they've played all year was that first half until that last minute 45. This is, with everything going on, especially they did a swag surf at the fourth quarter, Cam Newton's jersey thing at halftime. Auburn, Jordan Hare was electric.
It was popping.
Yeah, it was. But at the end of the day, Auburn still 3-3.
Yep.
I think even though if you go back and watch when Hugh Freeze was talking to the Whitehead after we get done with this,
John Cohen at halftime.
Well, that too. I'm talking about when he was talking to the Whitehead and was like, "Hey, he called timeout."
Yeah, after the timeout situation.
Look at the jumbotron. The Whitehead.
They were playing it. Yeah. Judge just commented that they were playing it.
Like what? Look.
Refused to even acknowledge it. And
yeah,
by
he's
the way,
like, I'm not looking.
I've been waiting all day. The SEC has yet to release a statement on this game.
Oh,
they did one for the Oklahoma game.
If I was Freeze and John Cohen, as soon as 8 o'clock hit Monday morning, I would be standing in Birmingham, Atlanta, wherever they need to stand.
Birmingham.
With a big sign that says, "You, us."
Yeah. Let's get to these stats. So
Let me say it for you.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, the winner of the game last night was not Georgia. It was Cecil Newton. He got paid $180,000 to get Cam's jersey retired.
There's one in every group.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Gunnar Stockton went 24 for 37, 217, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Had the most rushing yards for Georgia. Again, Auburn only gave up 79 rushing yards. 26 of that was to Gunnar Stockton. 24 of that was to Josh McCray, and the other 24 was to Nate Frazier. That's it. Auburn's rush defense is stacked.
Yeah. Boy, and that one time they hit Stockton and knocked his chin strap loose.
Oh, was that the targeting call? Oh,
no.
The targeting call was bullcrap too by Kalen Lee.
Yep.
But
he was. But see, and that's what I didn't like the. It was an okay call, but the way Kalen Lee was so distraught and upset on the sideline.
But wouldn't you be?
That's what I'm saying. That's what pisses me off about the whole situation, because this kid, since his second year at Auburn, really kind of sketchy start at the beginning of the season, but over the last 2 ball games, he really turned it over. And then second quarter he's done. The kid, it looks like he's crying. There's so much passion out there, especially in this game.
So going forward, how does this affect Auburn's season? They're 3-3 right now. They still have the capability to make a bowl game. Do they just throw in the towel? What happens here mentally?
You say so we do still technically have a way to get to the postseason, yes,
right?
But that involves us winning 3 games. I think there you got to beat a Missouri. You can beat a Missouri team who Alabama played lights out with, or played Arkansas, who knows what they're going to be in a couple of weeks. A Kentucky team, which they should win. A Vanderbilt team, it's up in the air. A Mercer team, you beat Mercer, Kentucky, and Arkansas, that's your 3 wins. And then you got Alabama at the end of the season. So, if you go 6-6, they still might fire Hugh Freeze for. But I think those 3 losses that they have were so close that it's kind of hard to throw as like, hey. But
at the end of the day, they were still losses, and that's all that
They're
matters
still
in this
losses.
game.
Right.
And I agree.
And I looked at some of the Auburn groups, and at this point, I know we want to say the refs are a big part of this, but a lot of the Auburn fans are giving him the benefit of the doubt, which is kind of shocking.
Some of them are not.
Well, some of them are not. But
some of them, the groups I'm in, are ready to see us move on from Jackson Arnold.
Well, he's gone next year, so
I don't disagree with that either.
He's a junior. But again, where we're at, I do not think that Duke Snyder is ready for that.
He's not. It's going to
I
be.
I don't think they're exploiting Jackson Arnold's skill set properly either.
Exactly. He just can't hit the long passes, and that's what's hurt. Again, he missed Eric Singleton. It had been a first down by like this much, but I mean, he's not looking to throw the balls. I think Jackson Arnold's problem. He don't want to throw it deep. He wants these short passes, which I mean I love because that time you get Brandon Frazier and Preston Howard, which are our tight ends, get them involved in the game. Preston Howard had the second most catches this game with 4 catches, 33 yards. Cam Coleman had 7 receptions for 50 yards. I think it's just hurting Eric Singleton's stock at the end of the day. Actually, 3 tight ends got a catch this game. I'll get to the other one. 3 catches for 14 yards for Singleton, and then Ryan G, 1 catch for 13 yards, which was awesome.
Well, see, and Cam, he had a decent ball game, but Cam could have had a bigger game. The 2 or the 3 that he did drop or I say were missed were really good balls. So,
yeah.
I mean, whether Jordan Waterbury Auburn blew the game, it still sucks.
How about the crapback block on Bryce Dees from Cash?
Yeah, that was.
He knocked the fire out of him, but I think we
smallest guy on the field, by the way.
Cash Jones is a beast. So if you've watched him for the past couple seasons,
but just the size matchup there, just seeing it happen was like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other.
LSU, what was a close game in my opinion. LSU 20 over South Carolina 10 inside Death Valley at a night game. I did not expect that.
No. South Carolina, I don't know if South Carolina played up this game or LSU played down this game.
LSU played down. Nussbaum couldn't throw it to his own team.
Nope.
Yeah, Nussbaum went 20 for 33, 254, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Lenore Sellers 15 for 27, 124, no touchdowns, 1 interception.
What did Trey Green end up with?
Trey 8 catches, 119 yards, 1 touchdown.
Monster. The kid is 6'7". Like
sophomore, 240.
Yeah. But so one of my really good buddies from the Navy, Peltier, he's one of our listeners too. He's a huge LSU fan. Grew up in Bayou, shrimp, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, nice.
Oh yes, sir, all day long. Matter of fact, like when I made gumbo and had shrimp bowl, I called him for the recipe. Like, born bread. Great guy. But we were talking at texting last night about this game while I was watching it, not paying attention to the Auburn game, and if LSU could figure out to, it was funny. At halftime, I said it. If they can figure out how to spread the ball to the tight end and move six a little bit and then open up the long pass for Nussmeier, they would be really hard to deal with.
I think LSU has the tendency, I put all my eggs in the basket for that reason. You have 3 of the best wide receivers I can think of. You have Xavier Thomas, Nick Anderson, and the Marion Brown. And then Trey Green's doing this to 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Bauer Sharp, who was the best tight end last year inside the SEC coming from Oklahoma. So he's like a Brock Bowers type. You can throw him outside or throw him in the middle, but you have 4 good receivers with the guys I just named. You can send them wherever you want and have him run a little cross or dig or something just right in the middle of the field. There's no way that none of that should be open all during the game.
And if Nussmeier's doing the checkdowns like he should, I mean,
right.
If he can do progression like they say he can, they should be the top of the SEC, and they're not. Yeah. You know why? Because Brian Kelly sucks.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think he's overrated a lot too. Nussmeier, I know Todd had all his baskets there, but I mean, I've said it.
Talent-wise, I think he's one of the best prospects that you have for the draft coming up this year. But that's not a very deep NFL class either.
Solid point.
I'm sure that.
I also think that, on the South Carolina side of things here, you've got Lenore Circle over here that just can't make decisions, got all the athletic talent in the world, can throw the ball a quarter mile, fast as he can be, yet can't decide when he wants to leave the pocket and gets sacked every time he turns around. And it's not the line's fault. He just can't make a decision to save his life.
No, you're right. Dylan Stewart had 5 tackles, 3 solos this game, 2 tackle for losses. AJ Halsey, 11 tackles, 6 solos. West Weeks, 9 tackles, 3 solos.
Showed up this week. I don't know where he was at against Ole Miss, but he was there this week.
He was still throwing up too. So
no, that was Witt. Witt was throwing up, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Which one's dating?
Witt.
Is it Witt?
Witt.
That's where he was at last week.
Yeah.
Do you blame him?
No.
By the way, did y'all know Lane got back with his ex-wife?
Well.
Good for them. I don't know about Joey Freshwater, but those two, good for them.
I did not see this one coming. Indiana shocks Oregon 30-20 at the Interstate Game of the Week. Also a Big Ten matchup. How does this sit inside the Big Ten now? Looking like an Indiana-Ohio State Big Ten championship?
This was my pick 'em. I think I won 3 games in pick 'em this week.
1-5.
Well, that must have been one of the highest because
it's 5 times more than Cody won.
Well, yeah, I think it's 10 times more than Cody's won because I think he's won 12 games this year.
He just forgets to pick. Yeah.
Yeah, this really does shake up the Big Ten a whole lot as far as this Oregon State can go into the championship. Like I said, and it could be that Indiana-Ohio State, which I think would be a blowout, but
I don't know. I think Kurt Signetti has got something figured out.
As well. Mm-hmm.
That guy is, he is getting everything out of all of his players at the right time. And you call it whatever you want to, luck, I don't care what you want to call it. He's got a proven record of doing this over and over. Like, he is just good.
I think he had the great pickup in quarterback when Fernando Mendoza left California last year. And, if you're an Auburn fan, you watched him play last year, him and Jay Knott. And then you think he goes to Indiana and it's like, okay, this Indiana team with Kurt Signetti, still leading them. Now they got Fernando Mendoza. He knows what he's doing. He led a pretty decent Cal team last year. I didn't figure that he would want this game, to be exact. I'm not a big Oregon Duck fan.
How do we get that on the screen? I need it on the screen.
I don't know.
We'll do it later. We'll worry about it later. Sorry.
Okay. I didn't know what I said.
Creative team, look at your chat.
Yes.
But I don't really. Oh Jesus. I don't know if
Oregon play that Lori in a little bit.
Will stay with this. I think Oregon might only lose this one. I don't know if they play Ohio State later in the season, but I don't know if they have the ability to beat Ohio State right now. Ohio State playing some really good ball with Julian Sain and Jeremiah Smith and everybody else. But surprisingly, like I said, Fernando Mendoza is the guy for the job in Indiana. So I'm kind of glad that he's there actually proving something with Indiana.
So with Oregon, the only currently ranked team they have on their schedule for the rest of the season is USC at 20. But the only real statement win they have prior to that, allegedly, was a Penn State that is no longer ranked. So, is it that Oregon really just shouldn't have been where they were at? And Indiana is that good?
At this point, I would like to say yes.
Yeah. You give me them corn-fed boys coached by Kurt Signetti all day long in the Big Ten.
Yeah. I don't like Ryan Day as much as,
Yeah, because he
Everybody likes
Everybody.
Ryan Day,
Right.
except Ohio State fans.
Yeah.
Well, that's debatable. But let's get inside our under review podcast game of the week, which is actually a shocker, I will say. Close enough.
Yeah.
That brought us to Red River. God dang it. Right.
Where wivel wavel we? I got it.
Thank you. For the Under Review podcast game of the week, Texas takes down Oklahoma inside the SEC 23-6 inside Jerry World.
I told y'all.
It's a hard word to say.
Like I said
Hard
earlier,
words to say when you put them together.
it's not hard. Where wivel wavel we?
No, that's WRED.
Same thing.
My name
Anyway,
War Button. I drive the Caterpillar Ford.
Ward Burton, he wouldn't. Never mind. But no, this is a little shock. Material 3 interceptions. Did we lose it?
I got it. It's
Oh, we lost it
Yes,
an hour
it
ago.
what'd you lose an hour ago?
My mind.
Oh, that happens.
I mean, I sat in the car with Lori screaming her head off for 20 minutes on the way home, trying to look at stats. But no, talking about the Texas-Oklahoma deal, I still think that if both coaches had started the quarterback that they should have started, shut the chickens up, please.
Yeah, because it's like the fire alarm that goes off in your house. You just get used to it.
I don't even hear it.
But anyway, back to your point, Brandon.
But if both of those coaches had started the backup quarterback in this game, I feel like it would have been a way more competitive game. And I still see Texas coming out on top in that situation, just because
It'd have been better to watch.
Yeah. Well, actually, I take that back because I just got reminded in my head here. Mateer threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, he had 3
Yeah.
ducks.
And had how
Oregon
many
Ducks.
how many drives do they have? 7. So 3 of 7 drives ended on an interception.
That's not good, my friend.
But on the back end of that, Texas's defense really kept them squared away this ball game. I think that what they have 14 points or 7 points.
Somewhere around there.
I knew they had they had more than Mateer had.
No, it's 23-6. But my point there is that Texas's offense only scored 7 points.
Yeah. Could have been worse, but I get your point. No, Texas's offense.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, not
Yeah.
Texas offense. Let me take that back. Because obviously they kicked some field goals here. Arch Manning, the Heisman favorite, scored 1 touchdown this game.
But on paper, he looks like he could win the Heisman today from the game he played.
Well, damn, on paper, Ohio State would have won the national championship. We don't play on paper. We play on Saturdays.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That's what it comes down to is whatever he was, 23 for 23, 163, a touchdown.
Ohio State did win the national championship.
I said this year.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'll shut up.
I mean, it happens. But no, like I said,
I bet.
really, Oklahoma's defense.
Go listen to a Ryan Day press conference is all I'm saying. They already won it.
Yeah, you ought to get on LSD and try that, see how well that goes.
Arrogant
It's not
bastard. It's what I don't know, but I heard cocaine smells real good.
Especially from the bathroom.
In Colombia.
There we go. Took me that long to get it fixed.
You boys like Mexico?
But apparently, Simon apparently supposed to be making a number 3.
Really?
Yeah, I had seen that on, I think, Broken Lizard.
Well, it took them 4 years to crowdfund the second one.
Anyway, back to that game. Terrible game. It wasn't fun to watch. That's what is
No,
before
it was a shit show.
Before the game, I mean, and every time you think Oklahoma would get a break, say he would throw the pick, and it just really momentum stayed in Texas' favor pretty much the whole game. But
I mean, honestly, if I could have left at halftime, I think I could have got to Arlington and caught an interception.
I think there was a lot going on with this week's in the format, because you watched a great game with Alabama and Missouri right off the bat, and then your midday game, which is supposed to be one of your quote-unquote best games, there was nothing there. I mean, I don't know if they could have threw LSU there or Auburn there. One of them games would have been better right there instead of this Texas-Oklahoma game. It was just a really void.
I don't even know that. I think that there was almost like there was something in the water this week. Like nothing looked right like it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and I think too,
none of the analysts had this right. Nobody on paper it wasn't right. Nothing.
Yeah.
Vegas got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong.
I definitely got it wrong.
Vegas was hurting this week.
Yeah. A bad week to spend your money. But like I said, that's all we got. Again, thank God for bringing us here. That was a good episode. It wasn't much of a good week, I would say.
Better episode and better week.
There it is. Clap your hands.
Better episode than it was better play this week, I will say.
Right.
It don't take much, buddy.
A side note, too. UCLA Golden Bears are on a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, so was it Iamaliva or was it the coach?
I'd be the coach at this point.
Well,
that little young dude they got now is pretty good.
Hey, by the way, speaking of coaches, I just want to put this out there. I need to look his name up. Hold on. I've got it pulled up. Damn it. Yeah, I know it, right? If anybody wants to donate, just go to Alabama's website, look at NIL donate, or not NIL, buyout donations, so that we can get rid of Kane Womack and hire Brad White from Kentucky. Just throwing it out there.
Thank you. But yeah, I want to thank the Wise for getting us here. I want to thank Brandon for joining us. Triple duty, 3 back-to-back episodes. 3 back-to-back episodes. He
With
will not be on
explicit content
Tuesdays.
ratings.
He will not be on Tuesday's episode. I will say that. Nobody can see that.
It's the Georgia Tech, the new helmets. I was trying to find a better shot of them, but they've got the old Vegas gold on the white helmet, and it looks pretty sick.
Oh, you mean like this?
Somewhat. It's shiny like gold, shiny Vegas gold.
Ooh.
Like I said, Brandon will not be joining us this Tuesday. It will be the Dadpod joining us to help us go through some games. Both Hunter Brassfield and Nick.
Hey!
Hunter and Nick. So both of them.
Y'all should have them fight in the middle of the podcast. I don't know if Hunter's much for fighting, but
Hunter's always down to fight.
It's Nick. Still ain't nothing funnier than watching Nick try to kickball.
Speaking of fights, a little high school football update here for you guys. Here locally to me, Foley, Alabama. There's been 12 players on the Foley High School team that have been either expelled from school, kicked off the team, or suspended for a locker room brawl that occurred in their own locker room amongst each other.
That's what I'm talking about. We can't
That
beat
sounds like right on 2015, 2016.
We can definitely beat ourselves.
After a game in which the coach became the first pair of coaches to play that were identical twins to have played against each other in a high school, coached against each other in a high school football game in the state of Alabama.
And beat the crap out of each other in the locker room.
In 7A football. No. The team beat itself up in the locker room.
That's what I'm saying.
Makes no sense.
Southeastern meets. We can't be beat.
Yes, they can. Close it out. I got to go.
That's all we got for you this week. See y'all next week.